think we're chasing the wrong game. Unfortunately, we're yelling at each other so much, I'm not sure I'm going to get through, but I'll try. Here goes. The right wing media, the left wing media, the new media, the mainstream media, the legacy media, the corporate media, the woke media, the racist media, the uneducated, and the ridiculous media are all busy fighting over who's fake media. Well, no one is, and everyone is. Look, I'm not trying to be cryptic. Hear me out. There really is no such thing as fake media. There isn't a degree of decadence here involved. Fake media is merely fiction. And while I enjoy a good fictional tale, not so much when I'm dealing with the realm of journalism and news gathering. Opinions are fine. Opinions based on vetted fact? Even better. The real problem isn't the press, but don't expect us to point you in the right direction. After all, that's not our best lane, though it should be. And the cause of this mayhem isn't a group of cowardly corporate media overlords hiding like Darth Vader in the dark and issuing edicts without a rational thought. I mean, they're there, but they didn't cause the mess, okay? They just facilitated it. Or they were complicit in the formation of the Rick and Morty horror show that passes for American journalism today. Hold the government accountable. Hold the government accountable. The media failures are systemic. The day players suck because they're hired by large corporations who have no driving desire to have independent journalists around. They tolerate a minimal amount of it to ease their pain while they focus on the profits, and by God, that's exactly what the government wants. It's so much easier to get what you want by bending societal forces to your will based on an easily predicted economic model. Actually, Darth Vader would be jealous of such power. I'm not defending bad reporters. God knows I give them crap all the time. I'm merely saying simply report the root cause. Governments and big business. Hold the government accountable. If you want to say we failed, fine. But we failed because we were slaughtered by our own government. Hell, most of us had no idea what government and business were doing even after we started reporting on the events. We barely covered our own demise. That is the worst cowardice of all, to know the facts, not know them, deny them, or fail to report them. Actually, that's the greatest sin, not reporting them. You can only have a free and informed electorate when the government supports a free press, and our government hasn't done that for more than 40 years. What you see in the press today is the deliberate murder of free speech sponsored by those who own the media. They all struck deals with the government to sell out the public interest. Hold the government accountable. Media owners never have. The future of democratic communication hinges on a vigorous defense of the First Amendment at every level of government. The government needs to provide more staffing so that FOIA requests can be filled out more economically, easily, and they're more responsive to the needs of the public. That's the single greatest and easiest fix, more help. If the government truly supports transparency, then supply greater funding to your FOIA offices. It will cost less than a fighter jet, and I promise you it will contribute a lot more to national security. Then, pass a national shield law so reporters do not have to give up confidential sources, and increase the strength of anti-SLAPP, that would be strategic lawsuits against public participation, those laws. That's what Donald Trump used to leverage CBS to bend the knee. Offer tax breaks to media owners in rural areas. 45% of our counties in this country don't have local media. Offer larger tax breaks to small media business owners. Pass legislation that keeps governments from publishing their records on their own websites. In order for government information to be vetted properly, you need a disinterested third-party observer to publish that information. That's the press. A government that controls all methods of communication and forces you onto a government website in order to receive information that can be easily changed or hacked. That's not an independent verification of facts, that's authoritarianism. The government doesn't print its own newspaper. and it shouldn't do so online. Bottom line, hold the government accountable. Thank you.